Hollywood Hotel. Good evening. Just a moment, I'll connect you.
I do. Okay. Getting ready here. New Friday show we got for you guys. And that's supposed to be the volume. Hey, it's all good. It's Polly here. It's Slant, Kamran, Action, new Friday weekly show we're doing. We'll be back in a few seconds. I'll get it together. Hope you guys are doing well in the chat. 10, 9, 8. Slant, Kamran, Action.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, everyone. Polly here on the Latino Slant Network channel. Friday's new show, Slant, Kamran, Action. It's going to be our new weekly show. We're going to have Kamran here hopefully every Friday. This is our first one. And yeah, we're really excited. And also, too, besides real Hollywood professionals kind of like being as guests, we also have our insight as far as pop culture items. Right now, I want to announce really fast before I bring in Kamran is we have set the day and time for our reading of the novella Charleston. I'm going to do a live reading holiday week, Thanksgiving week in a couple of weeks, Tuesday, November 26th, 7 p.m. Pacific. We're going to turn our little studio into a little performance area, and I am going to read the entire novella for you. So, it might be about a couple of hours. Mark it. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you're always, in case you're wondering why I always have that poster over my shoulder, that's one of the characters in my book. So that is Tuesday, November 26th, 7 p.m. We're going to have the live reading and book sale. Yeah, because it's been on sale, but we're going to, do another nice push of this, but that is the official day and time. All right, guys. Well, you know him, you love him. He's the man. He is the Slant. He is the Kamran to the Slant. And it's action time, baby. What's up, man?
It's great to see you. Hola, everyone. Hola to everyone in the chat. I'm excited about today's show. Hopefully, we're working on trying to make this a very regular appearance from moving on. Sam.
Yeah. Did you like my little intro I created? New little intro.
I like it. You're creative, man.
Spicing it up. And then what we're going to have, Kamran, and this is really cool to the audience. Every week, we're going to have a different Hollywood creative coming in here. I mean, today we have acclaimed actress Diana Torres. Next week, I'm working on the cast of Noche Buena. It's a Christmas movie. So every week, Kamran, we get to flex, baby.
This is great. It's going to be exciting. And, again, you're getting people that most people can't get access to. And, you're getting them on this channel. So this is not just a YouTube channel. It's much bigger.
So we have an early super chat. You want to hit that before you want to give your thoughts on the Disney call? What would you like to do?
Go ahead. I mean, it's your thing. You tell me. You want to do
it's our thing. Today's our thing.
All right. Well, then let's hit. Let's see what we got here.
Okay. Osvaldo Lopez for $5 is also a member of the channel. Gracias, Osvaldo. The Blobs attribute Barbie's success to Barbenheimer. I saw Barbie 4 times straight. Single guy here. They can't accept the truth. Even guys wearing pink.
So before I answer this, Paul, you got to go watch it again. You didn't like it the first time, and I have remained consistent in my view that this is a great movie and it is anti-woke. It is a parody of woke, and I would urge you to watch it again with the paradigm of what if this were actually making fun of the wokesters.
Yeah.
And then I think you'll see it in a different context, right? But so I tend to share Osvaldo's opinion, which caused me much grief. I lost people on Patreon over it, right? Who didn't want to hear that. And then, Ethan Van Sciver came out and shared the same opinion. And then people were like, oh, maybe I should reconsider. My opinion wasn't up. But Ethan says that Ethan, who's very well known in the conservative circle, says this is a very intelligent movie, and so that is my opinion. So I share Osvaldo's opinion. If you don't share that opinion, that's fine. But I would ask you to imagine. I'm now speaking to people in the audience, the chat. Imagine if that movie were actually, Dr. Strangelove. What if it's actually looking at what Dr. Strangelove was looking at, militarism and extremism and fanaticism, and present it straight-faced, so that you can go, this is really crazy and silly, right? And I believe that's what Barbie did. But regardless, let's say I'm wrong. Let's say I am wrong. Let's say it is actually pushing extremist feminist agenda, anti-male bashing. Let's say that's what it is. That's its intent, and that's what it accomplished. The problem with that, I just want to finish this. The problem with that is this. Remember, Go Woke, Go Broke? What happened to Go Woke, Go Broke? Made $1 billion. So either Go Woke, Go Broke don't work, or maybe the audience realized it wasn't work. We got to figure out which mantra you want to go with.
Yeah. And Liam comes in with his membership chat, and we love super chats, memberships. We love members. During this hour, it's really important that you guys support the channel and get your super chats in. Liam says, I enjoyed Barbie, while others didn't. Yikes.
Well, the others didn't. The minority. I mean, it did.
The only thing I wanted to add was the Penguin was heavily, what do you call it? Female driven in regards to the showrunner, writer, director, the directors, the designers, and then you had 2 incredibly well-written female characters. You could say that this was a very, female empowerment, themes in it. I had no problem with it. It was fantastic.
And it was not intended to alienate men, right?
Nope.
Any more than Ripley was intended to alienate men in Aliens, right? Any more than Wonder Woman was intended to alienate men. None of these were intended that way, right? And so, I think one of the things that's going to be the maturation of the audience time, because we're so damaged for the last decade, and we're going to talk about where we are as a result of where the last decade is now coming into this, right? But is the maturation of the audience, the healing of the audience comes from learning to believe in the possibility that not everyone in Hollywood is woke, and then actually looking at intentions again. Remember, we've accused our adversaries of not looking at people's intentions when they say or do things, right? And just going by their perception of what it is. Let's also now do the same generosity when we look at Hollywood. Let's actually look at intentions.
Okay, so here we go, guys. If you're just joining us from Midnight's Edge, it's a raid. We want to thank all the Midnight's Edge people. Chat. Here he is. He's with us every Friday now, guys. Kamran Pasha. So mark it, stamp it, and enjoy, because we have an action-packed show. I want to get now to your thoughts on the recent Disney investors call. Sure. I want to give you a center screen, and let's hear what you got, brother.
Well, I mean, what it is, I think I'm more interested in talking about where the stock is, because these investor calls are usually just a bunch of hot air, right? They're usually a bunch of hot air. They're very controlled. But let's see what the stock is doing. And a lot of people on my Patreon have been saying, what's happening here with the stock, right? And so Disney stock has been rapidly rising. And as of now, it's $114.45. Remember, this is something that had fallen below $100, right? And it has consistently been going up. And we're seeing it essentially go up since the election, right? Pretty rapidly. And that's actually before the investor call. And so what I think is that this suggests that especially the big money people have decided that the events that have happened around the election and where the current country is are going to force Disney to start moving in a profitable direction, because they understand that Hollywood is reactive. And as long as Hollywood believed that the country was in a certain political place, that it was going to keep making material for what they perceive the audience to be. However, the major result of the election is that Hollywood, angrily and resentfully to a large extent, has accepted that the majority of this country, including minorities that they took for granted, Latinos, African Americans, Muslims, Native Americans. I think Native Americans, 75% of Native Americans voted for Mr. Trump, right? And so
Native Americans are, oh my God, yeah, you're absolutely right. But continue.
So Hollywood then, the investors have now shown that they believe that Disney is going to course correct, whether Bob Iger likes it or not, whether the board likes it or not, simply because, at the end of the day, they sense that the entire industry is facing the realities of things. And that was, I think, signaled by the fact that I understand that Mr. Iger, once I guess he was disappointed that he thought he had a shot at the White House or an ambassadorship or whatever he thought he had a shot at, right? Wasn't going to get any of that in a projected Harris administration. He kind of backed away. Like many people in Hollywood, many of the powerful people, the studio heads, kind of backed away from Harris and became silent. And we saw that, again, downstream of that, of the power players is the media, because the power players control the media. So what did we see here in Los Angeles? The Los Angeles Times declined to endorse a candidate when everyone presumed they're going to endorse Ms. Harris. Same thing with the Washington Post, right? And so that was downstream of the decisions being made by the moguls that the country's going in a certain direction. We're going to get on board of that. I believe the Disney stock price, more than anything said on the investors call, because right now, if you go to Deadline, they're trying to analyze the investor call, and they're trying to attribute the sudden skyrocket in Disney stock price to streaming's getting better and all that stuff. That's not what's happening, because it started before the call, right? So they have to cover, because they can't publicly still say to the many angry lower level people in Hollywood that the big bosses have decided that they're going to go on board with a culture shift. They have to do it without saying it.
All right. Well, I mean, it sounds good to me. What do you guys think in the chat? Let us know. We got Cameron's thoughts there. And
we got like 186 people just on YouTube.
Just on YouTube. Once again, thank Andre of Midnight's Edge for the lovely redirect. Wonderful. My man. I like being on the left. I'm left-handed. And Fletcher, why don't we bring up the membership chat from
my
here we go. Hey boy, why don't you read that for us? And I'm going to gear up the next story for us.
All right. So Mexican Iron Man. Hey boys, FY at 7 a.m. Eastern, 4 a.m. Pacific. The new CFO John Stone was live in studio with CNBC, and this, I believe, sent a major favorable message as the CFO was setting tone for the market that day. He flew cross country, right? I did not wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning to watch that. And so thank you, Mike, for sharing that. But what it is that is flowing with this whole thing. The power players have decided that things are now going in a certain direction, whether they like it or not. And if nothing else, the media is a pick me, follow the flock group. And over the past 4 years, they convinced themselves that Mr. Biden had 81 million votes and that everyone was on board with the choices that this administration were making. I think whatever happened in that election, I think people are very, very, except for some Hollywood conspiracy people, there's general consensus that this election was fair and that this is where the country is. And so I think all the players are on board with it.
Well, there you go. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the thoughts there on the Disney call. Mexican Iron Man for being a member of the channel. We love our members, all of them that are here hanging out with us. Also, 2 super chats. Members like D-Bud Martin, Jill Powers, Liam. You guys are all hanging out with there. Who else? Fletcher, of course, producing in the back. Dawn of Mutilation. Got to give you a shout out. Got to give all the members a shout out that are here with us right now. Okay, well, over 200 people hanging out with us combined on X and on YouTube. Mm-hmm. On YouTube, we have a poll going on. Let's bring in Fletcher really quick. And Fletcher, give us the poll. What's going on with the poll right now, my brother?
All right. So it looks like the poll. We're going to see if I can bring it up right here.
Okay, we got seconds here. Come on.
Well, it doesn't want to come up on the computer.
All right. Let me see. What I got here is 69 votes. 69. Who is more sincere, Zegler or Sweeney? Number 2 leading is Sweeney. 2 stacked points. You're very funny. You're very funny, Fletcher.
It's poignant.
No,
well, the thing is, Miss Sweeney goes with those jokes. She doesn't have a problem with jokes. She wouldn't get offended by those jokes. She would go with that joke. That's
all
part
right.
of the
Anything you want to say real quick, Fletch? We're going to go to the next story.
All right. Just everybody, please. I know we got a lot of midnighters. Make sure you are subscribed and make sure you hit that notification bell, please. Thank you.
All right, everyone. We're going to go to our first kind of wrap up of news. I sent this to you. This is Sydney Sweeney's extensive interview on Vanity Fair. She had a lot to say. Is there any initial thoughts before I hit one point,
No,
Cameron?
hit your
What did you
point, and
think?
then we'll talk about your point. Yeah.
Yeah. So, in regards to, I thought there were so many interesting things. She talked about everything from her image to doing nudity in film, also to women supporting women.
Yeah, that's the one that's triggered everyone in Hollywood. Yes.
Right. And I want to get down to this here. The question was, your team fought back when a producer called your looks and talent into question. Anne Hathaway and Jennifer Lawrence have discussed the tendency to knock women performers down when they're at their professional peak. Why do you think that is? Sydney says, it's disheartening to see women tear other women down, especially when women who are successful in other avenues of their industry see younger talent working really hard, hoping to achieve whatever dreams that they may have, and then trying to bash and discredit the work that they've done. This entire, and here we go, this entire industry, all people is saying women empowering women, none of it's happening. All of it is fake and in front of all the other shit that they say behind everyone's back. Whoa, Cameron.
Well,
thoughts?
Somebody had to say the emperor has no clothes, or in this case, the empress has no clothes. And so, I mean, this should not come as a shock to normal people. What is shocking to Hollywood is someone of this level of star power, and she has star power. Right now, she's part of the 4 beautiful blonde people that can get projects greenlit, which is Margot Robbie, Sydney Sweeney, Ryan Gosling, and Ryan Reynolds. Basically, if you look at Deadline for the last 6 months, every feature film or project has one of those 4 attached in some capacity, producer or whatever. That's the only way you can get anything done right now. So she's one of the gang of 4 that's currently running Hollywood. So she's free at this moment to speak her mind, although she strikes me as somebody who speaks her mind anyway. She's a very confident woman, right? And so that shook up Hollywood because there are many sacred cows of what people in the industry say that they don't believe. Because, society, I like to think of society and Hollywood specifically as basically a mutually agreed upon consensus of lies. Like, we all lie to each other. We all agree to lie to each other. We all never say the truth to each other because the truth starts unraveling things, right? And so it's a consensus of everybody lying to each other all the time, right? And here you have this woman saying something that is being attacked as anti-feminist. That's not the way things should be. That's not the way that things are. I've been here 23 years. My conversations with women, whether they are actresses, whether they are writers, whether they are producers, whether they are executives, echoes what she says because the issue isn't even Hollywood. Now I'm going to say something controversial. I've said controversially in the past. I would suggest it's basic evolutionary psychology. I think, and I would love for the women in the chat to share their opinions, especially if you don't agree with me. But, I think that there are many stereotypes about men that are true. Many of them are not pretty stereotypes. And I think one of the stereotypes of women is that they will pull each other down. Because if we just go back from evolutionary psychology level, going back to a tribe living in the jungle or living in the caves, right? Trying to survive. Resources are very limited. There's a few men that are physically capable of fending off the predators and bringing, hunting. And there's a lot of women who are desperately in need of survival for protection from those few men, right? And in that environment, women had to learn to push other women aside to get the largest share of the meat, to get someone to protect their child, they just had, because the resources were limited. And that's the evolutionary psychology model of female intrasexual competition, right? And I don't think human beings, despite the fact we all love in these lovely homes, got a nice 21st century technology that's making us talk to each other, I don't believe that human nature changes. If we were thrown back 50,000 years into the savannah, we would behave as our instincts tell us to behave. We are only suppressing or lying about our instincts, and we channel them in other ways. So here, you're not trying to survive in the savannah, but you're trying to survive in Hollywood. And so I think many women would agree that other women see, especially attractive, desirable young women like Ms. Sweeney, see them as a threat to their own ability to secure resources and attention and survival. And so they will go out of their way to pull them down. I've rarely seen the opposite. I mean, men here have their own stereotypes of misbehavior. We've seen the archetype of the evil archetype of the Harvey Weinsteins, right? So, but Hollywood brings out the worst in everybody because it is essentially bringing us back to primordial battle for survival. around very attractive people. And so all that seems very believable to me. And I'd love to hear what the women in the chat think.
I'm talking with our special guest who's trying to work on her camera,
Yep.
Fletcher. Let's bring Fletcher in, and maybe he can read some chats really quick as I talk to Diana.
Yeah, we got Stephanie coming in. Hi, guys. And we also have Daniel Lunch that said, yeah, dudes live in a realm of battle. Women live in the realm of social clubs. Dudes punch each other all day and good. Girls spread gossip to tear each other down. Wow. What do you say to that, Mr. Pasha?
Again, going back to the evolutionary psychology thing, it's intersexual competition exists between men and exists between women. It's just human nature.
Oh, yeah.
We use whatever resources are available to us.
There you go. Solomon Thornton, I'm not surprised. I'm glad Sydney Sweeney is exposing this BS.
But I actually want to take a moment. I want to take a moment, because I want to. It actually has deeper implications than just cattiness, right? Because I've said from the very beginning that the entire Me Too movement was a fraud. It was a fraud meant to actually turn the spotlight on a few well-known, publicly known people like Harvey Weinstein, while keeping the spotlight off of all the other predators. And, as I talk to casting directors now, they'll say the casting couch is worse than it's ever been because the spotlight isn't on those people now, right? Nobody's even talking. Everyone thinks it's been resolved. And you had these organizations like Me Too and Time's Up that were Hollywood pushed with women leading them. And then we discovered Time's Up was just a fraudulent organization, right? That was stealing money, siphoning things, right? And so that's women's in an anti-sexual harassment organization set up by Hollywood to protect other women that are frauds. I mean, what does that say? This level of intersexual competition of what Ms. Sweeney is talking about, women hurting each other, went to that level. I mean,
let me read a little bit more from this article, and this is her saying it. I mean, there's so many studies and different opinions on the reasoning behind it. I've read that our entire lives we were raised, it's a generational problem to believe only women can be at the top. To believe only one woman can be at the top. There's one woman that can get the man. There's one woman who can be, I don't know, anything. So then all the others feel like they have to fight each other or take that one woman down instead of being like, that's all, let's all lift each other up. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm trying my best over here. Why am I getting attacked?
Well, because she's very attractive. That's why. It's not complicated. She knows the answer too. I mean, she's being coy. She knows the answer.
Okay. We're still having some technical difficulties with.
I would love our guest to come on, and maybe our guest may have completely different perspectives.
Oh no, she has very strong opinions on this and experience, and that's
I would love to hear
why I wanted to get her in here. But why don't you do me a favor, Fletch? Read some super chats. Is he available? Okay.
Fletch is probably trying to deal with our situation.
I don't think he's got he's okay. Let's go.
So we got Echoes of Invention with a super sticker. Thank you so much. It's a good job for $5. Muchas gracias. And we also have him coming in again with another 5. Women can be absolutely brutal to each other. Yeah, it's really bad. And we also have for $10, See the Man. As Hollywood contracts and lays off many of the activist writers, where do you see them going? You think they'll try to stay in the business or go infect another industry? If
you're talking about activist writers, let me clarify a couple things. One is most writers are just writers for hire. They have strong opinions. Most of them tend to skew very left, but they will do whatever pays their bills because they're just trying to survive in the system, right? And so I don't don't know that that's the issue there. But what is happening, I will tell you, amongst writers, is that already in the aftermath of the election, a lot of the writers' boards like that during the day of the election, I kept quiet because I knew what was coming. I've known it for months. I knew exactly. I'd said to a few people that I could trust within this system, I was like, guys, this is going to be a massive landslide for Mr. Trump, right? I was like, it's going to be big, right? And they were like, I don't think that's true. I was like, you're going to see. And of course, that's what happened. And I watched those writers' online chats go from the entire day. It was like, oh, women are going out there in mass. Minorities are going out there in mass, blah, 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 blah. We're going to blow this guy out of the water. I was like, yeah, but they all voted for that guy, right? And I watched that realization dawn around like 10, 11 o'clock at night, midnight, right? And then the utter horror that their complete lack of understanding of what was happening was hitting them because they're living in a bubble, right? And so in the aftermath of that, there was a lot of rage for about 24 hours. And then most writers, what was interesting, what was different than what I saw in 2016, in 2016, people were raging, and literally I was working on the show Rain. People were crying in the office with tears, holding each other, shaking when I walked in the office next morning, right? There's none of that. There was rage that night, some rage in the morning, and then people said, okay, that's the way things are, because they sense as well that the entire system has changed of the country.
Right.
And whether they like it or not, they're very resentful about the fact that a large number of minorities went for Mr. Trump, right? But they can't, when their own news sources that put them in this bubble are now telling them that, they have to deal with it. And so the reality is they're going to grumble about it, but they're all just going to try to survive and make money because that's all they can do, right?
Right.
And I think that's healthy. I think people, one of the things that I will say as a writer, is that to be a good writer, to be good at it, you must be able to see the other point of view accurately. In order to write good characters, Palpatine doesn't see himself as the bad guy. The Sith don't see themselves as the bad guy. They have a philosophy, right? Where they believe they're fighting for truth and honesty and people living up to their highest potential, rather than the world of socially agreed upon lies that is the Jedi. That's how they see themselves, right? And so, but you can just project, well, Palpatine's just evil. He don't see himself that way. He sees himself as a force of good, right? And so when I look at these people and their critiques of Mr. Trump or RFK Jr., all these people, they don't understand them. That's bad writing. I mean, they're projecting onto them things that are not what at least they're even saying or their followers believe.
Okay, let's put a pause on that because our guest is here and we have limited time. And I do want to get back to other news items of our pop culture. This is Slant, Kamran, Action. This is our new weekly show, guys. A lot of fun stuff here as far as covering stuff that you want to talk about later on. We are going to cover that Rachel Zegler kind of mess as well. However, let's take a refreshing, positive yet strong break here with one of my favorite people in the business. She is the star of East Side Sushi. If you guys ever get a chance to see that film, great independent film from a few years back. And now co-starring with Romy Diaz in a comedy called A Little Family Drama, which is exciting because there's pre-sale now on Apple Plus. Apple Plus right now, you can get it. And then later on, it's going to be on Amazon and Vudu. I'm, of course, talking about Diana Elizabeth Torres. Hello, my friend.
Hey, hola, ¿cómo estás?
Good. Okay, so let's hear your sound for a second.
Okay. I'm using this.
Okay, so
does that work?
It's not working. Fletcher, want to give her some advice?
You
there?
got what are you? So you're using your headphones? Can you try just using your computer sound?
Okay, let me just.
There you go. And now just set your computer to the sound and your speakers to sound.
So you're on mute right now?
Yes.
Set yourself on mute. Go to settings and hit the computer settings.
There you go. There you go. Say something.
Do you hear me?
Yes,
great.
Yes, correct. Awesome.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
Oh, great.
Do you hear us? Can you hear us?
Let me come back because I don't hear you.
Okay, look in the private chat. Fletcher, give her a note in the private chat. She actually you don't have to leave, Diana. You can you just got to change your setting. Change setting. I think Fletcher is changed setting. Oh, she left. Ay Dios. Well, it was nice while it lasted. She didn't have to leave, but such is life, Kamran.
That's what women do.
That's what women do. All right, real fast. Let's get this in here. Go ahead, Fletch.
All right, so this is Stephanie. I'm from Sonora, Argentina. Look at what Kennedy did to Gina Carano. Because Gina is attractive, she does her own thing, and people respond to it. Boom, boom, boom. What do you think, Mr. Pasha?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that Gina being attractive and charismatic and well liked added to Miss Kennedy's dislike. Because also Gina is a very confident woman who knows herself, who has her beliefs, has her spiritual values. I think all of that upset her. But Diana's back. Let's see if we can hear each other.
Yay!
Yay!
Finally! My God, after like 4 or 5 tries, I'm here. Thank you so much for inviting
All
me.
right, let's hey, we're happy you're here. Actress Diana Elizabeth Torres from A Little Family Drama and East Side Sushi. How are you, my good friend?
I am doing great. How are you? Good to see you.
You know, I still got that Mexican glow. Me and Romy have that Mexican glow, you know.
Oh my God, yes, I saw your pictures.
Yeah,
You had a blast.
It had a blast, man. We didn't want to leave, so you know that was a good trip. I don't know. I know you were busy getting back on, and we're going to talk about your film, but I would love your insight if you're able to hear anything about the Sydney Sweeney article that we're talking about. And if not, I can definitely give you a talking point.
Yeah, if you can give me a little bit of
sure,
because
well,
I got caught up plenty of time.
Correct. Yeah. So you know her interview is extensive on Vanity Fair. And one of the things she brings up is how women up on top, when they make it, pull each other down. And so she's talking about how women empowerment in business, in the Hollywood business, as far as like them talking about it, it's all fake. Like she's had a horrible, in her experience, right? She's saying that it's fake. And that really women are, you know, especially the one on top, they feel like there's only one that could be on top and they pull each other down. I know you've been around the business.
Yes, I've been around the business.
Any thoughts on that?
Well, my experience has been, I mean, both. I've worked with amazing people that have been there for me, that they're super passionate about the film industry, that love to collaborate and I'm talking about like actresses, directors, producers, etc., that have that they thought about my interests, you know, also like, and I guess there is a deeper understanding when you're a woman and you know some of the challenges that we have to deal with sometimes. And it's been a good experience, but I'm not gonna lie that I have found certain experiences that have not been great, and it's been appalling to see other women try to like sabotage you in a way, especially like, I mean, if you know how difficult it can be to have a door open for you and then you're suddenly trying to sabotage someone else, it can be disheartening, I'm not gonna lie. But I would say that at least like 80% or more of my experiences have been positive. And I think it has to do with the fact that you have to pick your people correctly, because it's not a matter of if you're a man or a woman, you know. I think it's about like your ethics, how confident are you with your craft, with this business, and if you believe in giving and in helping other people. And those are the people that I try to work with and gravitate towards.
I love it. I was just asking Cameron because thank you for those thoughts there. I want to talk about your movie, and because it's in the last 2 years since it's filmed, it's had quite the journey. And myself and Cameron have both seen it a few times at theaters. So I don't know if Cameron, you had a thought or two or a question for.
Well, I mean, I'd love to know the process of how you were, it all came together and your experience on it. I mean, I just want to hear more about it. I've been a writer director for about 20 years now, and as you know, and making anything is a miracle. Making any movies chaos, right? And somehow it happens. So and it's literally like a divine sent, even if it gets done. So tell us about the process of how it all came together.
I mean, again, I think it has to do with like picking the right people. Sometimes you find someone that is extremely talented, but it's a pain in the, you know. So it's like talent equals drama, and you have to pick your battles too, and the people that are going to be there. Because if we're going to spend like 16 hours and just together, you want to have people that believe in the story, that are confident in what they're doing, that they don't bring any kind of like negativity or like mean attitude. Because hello, it's like an island. We're stuck with each other for 3 weeks or whatever the time frame is. So in my experience, I've had the majority of my experiences have been positive, but you know, sometimes you can see that there's a bad apple here and there on set, and it totally can change the mood of like 10 people.
Sure.
So even if you have a script, I have a script, and I'm sharing it with somebody that we might have some artistic, you know, similarities or passions, and then the other person doesn't get it, that person might not be as passionate as I am to get the story made, and you have to write the right match. For example, a director, and she has a similar situation, and she connected with the script, and then you bring a producer that it's excited about it, and sometimes you want to go for like, oh, I want to go with so and so, but they're like, and the attitude it's just, it kind of kills the magic. So I think it has to do with like the right match, right energy and chemistry, and if you connect to the story or not.
Well, I mean, I definitely heard great stories in regards to your ensemble connection. Obviously, Ramon, the writer, and the director Natalie on this, and now this film is you know, getting on some big streamers. I mean, this is huge, Diana. So, for our audience that doesn't know this, why don't we watch a little bit of this, and then we can.
Yeah, make sure the link is in there so people can watch this, because it's a great movie. I mean, I saw it in the screening with you guys. I loved it. So let's see some of it.
My distinguished
Wait,
guests,
can you guys hear it?
I give you the Taco-matic. What's this for?
Our family reunion dinner. Everyone will be there tomorrow.
¿Se puede saber qué diablos hacen?
What does it look like we're doing? Keep loading.
I'm guessing the taco truck's still haunting your dreams. You should see someone about that.
You've been ignoring our notices for the past 6 months.
Grandma co-signed a loan for the Taco-matic. We use the restaurant as collateral.
Grandma wants to end a family dinner with a soup.
We are not ending with that soup. You can come to the dinner or not. I couldn't avoid it if I tried. We live in the same house. Then stay in your room.
I hate to stop it, but you guys were incredible. Great job, Diana.
Thank you. I
mean,
think it was one of those stories that we connected deeply, and I mean, I felt like when I auditioned for that, I could connect with Cecilia, and I remember even Romy and I working on how to say certain things that would connect even better for like our big fight, our big moment. So it was a pleasure to be in that film. I mean, everybody there is so talented, and I mean, great people and amazing actors and producers, everybody, Nadia, the director too. I mean, it was a wonderful experience.
Real fast before we go to the audience, because there's a lot of star chats. I just noticed, Cameron, that and it just dawned on me that, you know, the relationship between Diana and Romy, the mother-daughter, which is funny that you guys are mother-daughter, but it's pretty intense, and it's pretty universal that a daughter stands up to her overbearing mother. in regards to traditions. To some we keep, but some we got to change it up. And y'all had some really good, real moments. Want to speak to that?
Yeah.
You want me? You're talking
No, Diana.
My name is
Diana's
Diana. Okay, all right. So.
It's all about Diana Cameron right now.
That's correct. I was like, why are you asking me?
I'm just trying to include you in,
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
I'm good with being an observer. I'm good with being an observer. I'm
all
fine.
right.
So let the lady speak. Yeah.
So I guess it's for me the question.
Oh, that's all you. It's just
Okay.
a new realization that I saw, that I realized. It's like, oh wow, you guys had some intense, like an intense dynamic.
Right. And
did you want to speak on that?
Right. And if you see it closely, I mean, it comes from the grandma with Romy's characters, and then from like Romy's characters to, my character, which in this case is Anselma, Victoria, and Cecilia, right? And it's and I think Nadia and Ramon, they did an amazing job because they wanted to put how women pass on their burden to each other, instead of like, if you've seen the movie, well, for the people that haven't seen it, it's Cecilia is like the super diligent daughter that it's always there helping in the restaurant, etc. And Matias is he's more laid back. He wants to go and study and do things and has like an entrepreneurial mindset. But you can see how it's an unbalanced relationship where Cecilia ends up with all the chores and responsibilities for the restaurant. She didn't go to school, and then Matias is free to explore what he wants to do with his life, which creates a lot of resentment. And in this case, you can see this relationship from Cecilia to her mom, which is like, hey, I'm here, I'm doing everything, and at the same time, Victoria with Anselma is like, oh, you don't appreciate what I do, which is, if you can see that there is a mirroring relationship there between the women in the family, until it just goes to this big explosion right in the middle of the dinner. And I think it's funny and compelling, but at the same time, a lot of women, even men, they were like, hey, Diana, I was the Cecilia in my house. I was Cecilio. Like somebody told me recently, I was Cecilia in my house. I didn't go to school. I stepped up to help my parents and to take care of my siblings. And they were parentified. So I think it happens in a lot of different cultures too, and especially from women to women, because nobody asks you. It's just people just assume like, oh, well, you're here, like help me with it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's very, like you said, it's very cultural. And there's, depending on what you want to do in regard, like let's say your career, Romy's career, it's like, yeah, well, we're not dogging that familial tie, but we want to do something different with our lives. Which you have. You've carved an incredible career. So, but again, it's nothing in this film hammers you over the head. It's the storytelling is so well done and entertaining that it's like, oh, there's a message. Well, that's cool, but this is also pretty funny.
Well, I want to just interject here. This movie made me laugh out loud for 2 hours straight. I mean, this is a laugh out loud funny movie. I came in, I didn't know anything about it. I was like, I'm coming as a favor to my friend. I was like, I can't stop laughing. This is a great movie. And what it is it's heartfelt. It's any culture can get it. We all have crazy families. We have crazy parents, we have crazy siblings. And, and what it is about, ultimately, they're all fighting over this thing in the future of the restaurant and all these things. But there's a profound, deep connection of love in the chaos, which is hopefully many of our family lives. We have chaotic lives, we have chaotic family lives, but there is still, we hope at least, this profound bond that keeps us together. And I think that's why it's such a universal movie.
Okay, let's go. I agree. Let's go to some questions in the chat, Fletcher. Bring up the good ones for Diana, please.
All right. So we got Stephanie saying, "LOL, Taco-matic." The Taco-matic did it for me too. That was really
pretty good.
how did you guys come up with that? I mean, is that just the writers, or was there any input?
I think the name was there since I first read it, and it's kind of like funny because it's in an AI era, and now tacos are gonna be done by robots. So
Nice.
I thought it was
Nice. Rambad 3000. Wait, Rami's in this too? Haha, you didn't know,
Yeah,
son.
she's great.
Yes.
She's great.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. That's how I got to meet
Great.
everyone, the cast
See
and
the big
crew.
scene.
Yeah, she has a great scene. Yeah. Thank you, Rambam.
Yeah, so we have Solomon Thornton asking, "Hey Dana, I liked you in East Side Sushi. What is the best way a director should work with an actor?" Solomon's an aspiring director and actor.
Oh.
What would you say to him?
The best way a director should work with an actor. If you're an actor, I think it's funny because somebody asked, a few of my friends asked me this question, and I said, well, it depends on your actor. Like some actors, I liked being directed. I enjoy it. I think it's a two-way street. It's just like, how do you understand the story? How do I understand the character? What do you want to say as a writer? What I feel it's the right course of action in the scene. So it's a collaboration. I like that very much. There are some actors that just don't like that. It's like, oh, don't tell me how to do my job. But the majority of people, I think if you're in this business, we like to collaborate. We want to add value to the story, want to add more things. And I've noticed that one of my favorite ways to work with directors too, I think is when let's just say I have the scene with another actor, right? And they want a different reaction from me. They can tell me, hey, I think you're, remember that you're coming from a big fight with your mom, or you're more pissed. Some people tell you that you're pissed, you're angry in this. Okay. But my favorite way is like sometimes when they say other things to the other actor, and let's just say they say, tease her, So the other actor is teasing me, and because I understand the story and my character, that pisses me off, So they work in a different way because, like, actors, we're playful. We like to play with our partners in the scene, and it's always exciting to try something different and throw something different and have like a natural reaction. And I mean, that's one of my preferences, but there are many ways you can work with your actors, and it depends on your relationship, how, like, what do they feel comfortable with or not? What are they willing to understand from the scenes and rehearsals? I love rehearsals. That helps a lot.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much, Solomon. So,
and from a director's perspective, this is exactly the kind of actor you want to work with, right? Who's inherently collaborative, who's trying. And what's actually something said that's important, that I actually had a recent conversation with an actress that I'm intending to cast in the short I'm doing, which is, it's very important for you to defend your character. My job as the writer-director is to see all people's point of view. Your job is to make sure your character's point of view is authentically represented, right? And that's where the creative synergy has to happen.
But more importantly, Pete has something very important to say.
Oh, okay.
I can't hear anything because my heart is beating so fast. Be still, my heart. Yes, Diana's very beautiful. It's a real beauty, like in regards to like your soul. You're such a cool person. We've hung out a couple of times, and yes, Pete, you're on point, brother. All right, next.
Gracias, Pete.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's all right. So we got Merlin. Looks like a good chemistry on set. Did you guys have good chemistry on set?
Oh yes, we did. Yeah, we did. Ever since the audition, like
nice.
It was on Zoom, and I was like, yeah, I like these people. I like these people, and that's also what rehearsals do. When you have like a little gathering and everybody knows each other. Like, oh, you're gonna play my grandma. Oh my God, you know so and so. It's such a small world. Like, you work with blah blah blah. Oh yeah. Oh my God, we have the same friend, and then you start building the relationship on rehearsals, and I think that helped a lot because they were. I mean, they were all incredible actors and also like passionate, willing to collaborate, and Nadia was like telling us what she wanted to say, which I think as women we all felt like, and Ramon was so on board too. I mean, and Mike, the producer, you know, and I mean, it just creates serendipity everywhere, and it's amazing. Yeah,
and it shows on camera. It shows in the film.
It shows on camera.
Thanks, Merlin.
Yeah, Dave says, which the movie would be out on theaters in North Dallas? Do you know if is it getting any other releases in theaters or anything like that, or is it just coming to streaming right now?
It was in Dallas. I think it was. Yeah. But it was in October. I think October, like for 2 weeks or so, and now it's gonna be in Apple TV, I think. So it's
so cool. Yeah. So David, it's going to be streaming. So there you go. North Dallas will be represented.
Yeah, and there's a link so you can check out what the website has. We have the link for you. Brogo says, you look great in the movie, Diana. Thumbs up.
Muchas gracias. Thank you.
Andale. You know, what would be great for our members, Cameron, is if Diana gets maybe we get her like a couple things autographed, and we can send them out to our members. So I wanna ask a little favor, Diana, if you have a couple of some memorabilia.
So what?
Some memorabilia might have maybe a DVD hanging out. Sign it. We can hook up our members. How about that, members? You like that?
Yay!
Let's go.
All right, what's next?
Nice. Liam says, I will check it out. Thank you so much.
Check it out.
Check it out. Well, I think we're good. No, that's good. Diana, what's next for you as we wrap it up?
What's next? I've been trying to have to make time to write because I'm doing so many things, but I just want to sit down and write. And between my personal life and everyday life, that's how I should everyday life and auditions and stuff, feel like I'm pushing away certain projects that I've been wanting to do. So that's what I'm doing. I'm working on 2 scripts right now, just for the fun of it. And one of them, I might, go to a different. I have a mentor for like a treatment or something because just needs a little bit of tweaking. So that's what I'm doing, and I have this 3 films out, and also one of my siblings, he has this cool video game that I was like, oh my God, I love the story. Just like, please let me produce it. So we're working on that too.
Amazing.
It's
and
totally different thing. It's just like it's a video game, so it's similar but not so similar.
When's the next time you're in LA? Because you should connect with Cameron. Cameron's a writer as well.
Oh, Cameron.
Yeah.
Nice. I don't know when I will be. What happened? He was like, "No, I'm out."
Yeah, he's out. He's like, "No, I don't want to do it."
No, it just vanished. The link just vanished. Whatever. I'm here. No, I'm here. I'm a writer director. I've worked a lot of TV, and as Paulie knows, I currently have a feature film that's about a Latina Marine who is fighting demons in Iraq during the Iraq War. And
oh my God,
lots of badass script. So yeah, that's a badass story, Diana.
Oh my goodness,
we got to get it to you.
We have a lot of great stories. Yeah, I mean, I don't know when I'm gonna be back. I've been probably in January, but sometimes I say that, and then the next week I'm there. Because I'm heading to Guadalajara in the next days, and I'm just gonna be there for a few days and back in Mexico, and from there I don't know.
Hey, sounds good to me. You have a lot of fans in the chat, Diana. I hope you don't mind me saying how beautiful you are. Be still my little green heart, Brogu says.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. No, hey, Diana loves that, man. You know, it's all. I mean, it is all. I mean, what's this whole part of the fans being important to you? Because you know, East Side Sushi is a cult hit, and you always have fans from that film. What do fans mean to you? And that'll be the last question, and then we'll wrap up with you and Cameron as well. What do fans mean to you in this business?
I I I feel connected, and I feel a lot of appreciation because when somebody is vulnerable enough to come to you and say, Diana, I had a similar story. I didn't go to school like Cecilia did, and you made me cry. And it just, I think putting stories out there, it's healing. You're changing the paradigm of like an entire community. So it means a lot when somebody is vulnerable enough to tell me their story. And you can tell them in their eyes, their physicality, the way they grab your arm, like, oh my God. So I'm always excited to hear when somebody got moved by something that I did or like affected the person in a good way. So it's, for me, it is an honor. Like, I don't see it as like fans or something like that. For me, it's like from human to human. So I feel excited that someone else resonates with a story, that I participated in, and it's truly an honor.
Well, what a great answer, and we thank you so much for your time. Here's the info again, guys, and connect with her. She's always doing stuff on Instagram as well. We love you, Diana.
Muchas gracias, Polly. Thank you so much, Cameron. It's always a pleasure, and thank you so much.
It's a pleasure, and again, wonderful movie. Everyone needs to check it out. It's heartwarming and will make them laugh.
Yes, and can't wait to read one of your scripts.
Yeah,
man.
man.
Make sure it happens.
There you go. Okay, have a wonderful day, Diana. Her movie, Little Family Drama, on Apple Plus soon. You can pre-sale now. Adios.
Muchas gracias, and un saludo a todos en Latina Slant. Adios.
Orale. Adios. I love it. I love it. There she goes. Wow, Cameron.
What an incredible conversation.
What a sweetheart.
You can tell she has a very angelic vibe, and which is her character in the movie. Her character in the movie is a lot of fun.
Yeah. I know you got to go real quick.
I've got maybe 5 minutes. I can stretch it out 5 minutes. We have some super chats, and I did want to talk about Ms. Zegler before I take off, if we can squeeze it in. So
we can squeeze it in.
We got some super chats.
Cameron, what medium gives you the most residuals in TV and print, physical, digital? Thinking about purchasing some of your shows and books. Great question.
Well, that's very kind of you. I actually checked on that because I saw that chart. So on the residuals, when it comes to a television and movies, I'm just looking at the most. It's interesting to watch how physical has become less part of my annual residuals, and now new media seems to be where they're coming from. So if you my TV show Sleeper Cell or Rain or any of the shows that I've worked on, if you just stream it on Amazon or wherever for $1.99, whatever it is, that seems to be what piles up there. And with regard to books, I get the largest residuals if you buy a physical copy. And so whether it's Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, however, but yeah, that's so in those tiers. So it's very gracious of you to even say that and supports me. And it just, I hope you enjoy my stuff. So.
And also super chats here, guys. We're getting Cameron incentivized to be with us every Friday. So every little bit helps. Can I tell you? Bring up that super chat from a little while ago. Fletch, that'd be great. There we go. I don't think we finished this thought. Look what Kennedy did to Gina Carano. Because Gina's attractive, she does her own thing and people respond to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I gave up my perspective on it. Ms. Carano has so much more going on. She's a very physically attractive woman, but she's got just the confidence and you can't push her around. And Miss Kennedy is used to pushing people around. So that's always it's threatening for anybody. And then to have a woman, be the person she can't push around. It's a problem.
Okay, let's get to you talk about a Hollywood mess. Rachel Zegler is at it again. And it's funny, this is not a flattering photo at all that they put up of Rachel Zegler. Disney Snow White Zegler apologizes for Trump re-election reaction. You get a chance to read this, Cameron?
Yeah, I did. And it's look, and Ms. Ziegler has been a walking gaffe for months now, right? And I think she's embarrassed Disney a hell of a lot long before all of this. And I personally think her career is largely finished. I mean, sure she's got Mr. Spielberg as her godfather or whatever, so I'm sure he'll send her scraps here and then. But I think she was finished a long time ago. But she's living in her own bubble. She doesn't know how finished she is, and she's just adding to it. But what's important is the apology. Her point of view on the election is the common point of view in Hollywood, right? Most of my colleagues do not disagree with her, right? That the Trump follower voters are fundamentally evil or misguided or people who were abused as children, whatever all the things are. I mean, that's their perception. But the fact that she had to apologize for it, it means that her people called her and said, baby, this ain't where the wind is blowing. You need to, this ain't going to work out for you. Shut up and apologize. She would have had to apologize 6 months ago, 3 months ago, 3 weeks ago. She had to apologize now. That says something about where the industry is. What I've said, the whole industry is now very aware that the audience has changed. No matter how much they resent it, no matter how much they misunderstand the audience, they are aware that the change has happened, and their survival has to reflect the change. One thing that I just saw flash on my screen is that apparently Disney has decided to return to X as an advertiser.
A lot of them have. Yep.
Yeah. And it's
Warner Brothers, X, a couple others.
So all that talk that we're boycotting, which is funny because, again, this is the power dynamic between someone like a Ms. Ziegler and the decision makers. So the decision makers, like Iger said, okay, get back to X. We've done our virtue signaling. We now need to get our thing out there. That's where the future is, right? They didn't. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing on Blue Skies and there's other sort of like other things that Hollywood people go to cut themselves off from information they don't like. But that they're back to X. But the funny thing is, all of my Hollywood friends, I mean, because everyone just follows the flock like Pied Piper. Every one of them deleted X the next day because it became like a social contagion. We're all going to delete X as a revenge against Trump and Elon Musk, right? And it's like, I mean, guys, can you just do what you want to do for yourself rather than that's the trend? But all these people, the writers and the lord of people, deleted X to go to Blue Skies. But guess what? Iger's going back to X. That's a decision maker.
15 million versus how many? 250 million on X. I mean, there's no competition. Let's read a little bit of this
again. But Hollywood just right now, that's all because Hollywood just wants the bubble. It needs a bubble. If I were to go on to Blue Skies and do my guys, this is what Trump voters think like, they would just ban me. They don't want to hear it.
Right. Let me read a little bit of this really quickly. Hi, everyone. I would like to sincerely apologize for the election post I shared on Instagram last week. I let my emotions get the best of me. Hatred and anger have caused us to move further and further away from peace and understanding. And I am sorry I contributed to the negative discourse. This week has been emotional for many of us, but I firmly believe that everyone has the right to their opinion, even when it differs from my own. I'm committed to contributing positively toward a better tomorrow. That's pretty boilerplate.
Yeah, and it was written by her PR people. She didn't say that.
Right.
She didn't write this. This is her PR people put that out there. And, there are people in chat saying, well, she can say what she wants. We know who she is. Well, you always know who she is. What's the shock here? The shock is the apology, right? That at least her people had to put it out. And they're doing that for their own survival. Because, if she becomes the toxic client, the agent that represents her is going to be going down in the system, right? So they're all covering their butts. They're not covering her butt.
I have two questions for you before you head on out. Now, one, this article is already slanted because the way it mentioned how just conservative fans went after her on X, which how would they know?
Yeah, well, the presumption is if you voted for Trump, you're conservative, and
right. Or even last year,
American
gives
voters
the backdrop.
They think they are whatever.
It gives the backdrop before last year that they went after her. So that's one thing I wanted to bring up, but because also too, it doesn't mention the fact that she said F Donald Trump. She actually said F Donald Trump in her first thing. You're saying that to the leader of our country. Whatever you think of him. So they didn't even put that in here.
Well, of course they're going to edit it because they have to make her out to be the heroic person being, pilloried by the right-wing masses, right? They have to edit it, right? So yeah.
So you said something very interesting that you think her career's done for now.
Yes, I do. What else?
I'm kind of speechless with that because she's got a huge social media following.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. What does social media following mean? It doesn't mean anything. When Birds of Prey was coming out, I was like, this movie's gonna suck. No one's gonna go watch this movie. And I love Margot Robbie. Look at how I defended her in Barbie. I love her version of Harley Quinn. I think it's iconic, right? And I was like, this movie looks like it's gonna suck. And then everyone's like, well, look at all the social media people say they're gonna go watch it. Anybody watch it? It was a massive disaster, right? So social media following doesn't mean anything.
Okay, hey, you know what? I'm just kind of like amazed. I haven't heard that. That's fantastic.
But yeah, but again, you can buy subscribers. It doesn't mean anything. The number doesn't mean anything.
Okay, all right. So let me ask you this then: is this now a cautionary tale for other talent, other creators, her age, her generation? Because
yes, it is.
This could be seminal.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. She has crucified herself, and people of her generation, which is because it was younger people that voted for Mr. Trump. People of her generation are already moving away from her direction, and she's been in a bubble for so long. People in chat will talk about how she's different from Jenna Ortega, right? Jenna Ortega sincerely believes what she believes, and she doesn't care what you think, right? Jenna Ortega is going to be pro-Palestine, and she's not going to apologize for that, right? Because she is who she is, and she's more of the voice of her generation than this woman is, right? So, but she is a cautionary tale for young people to say, just keep your mouth shut, right? And also, because remember, this is not just true of actors, it's everyone in Hollywood. Everyone wants to be popular. And there is this sullen realization that maybe the positions we've been taking are not popular with our audience anymore, right? And then, so maybe even if you think your audience is stupid, just silence might be the best answer. Which is how historically Hollywood has always handled the disconnect between the political views of performers and their audience. You just keep quiet.
Cautionary tale indeed. Wow, thank you, Cameron. Any one or two comments for Cameron before he leaves?
The last thing I'll say is just, look, guys, there is a shift that's happening in culture, but it's also going to require a shift of maturation. It's what I want to go full circle what I said at the beginning. It's going to require a shift of maturation in the audience as well. It's going to require the fans to start seeing things as they are, and we've talked a lot about sort of a lot of the nonsense that, the propaganda that's being put out by Kathleen Kennedy about this non-existent Ray film and now this non-existent trilogy of, that, has even now been Variety shut that down, that this, this other new trilogy isn't real. And the point is so many fans keep jumping on board these trigger points. If you're still playing the game that you're in 2017, you're going to be looking as silly as Ms. Zegler is, right? You got to mature with where the system is going to. It's going to be so ridiculous if Disney starts producing the content that you want and you're still talking as if The Last Jedi came out 3 days ago, right? It's time for the audience to also recognize where things are going and be mature about it.
One more quick super chat before you leave, Fletcher.
All right, we got Osvaldo Lopez, member of the channel. Thank you so much. MVP of the day. All of the Slant, great job on the live clips, reviews, and leaks. Now, camera every Friday. Everyone should become a member. Is Rosa reviewing Snow White? ?
Rosa, we have first of all, thank you so much. And yes, we're so honored to have Cameron on every Friday now. We're gonna we'll take it week by week, but it's it's done deal.
Yeah, for now, I have the time and I'm delighted to be here. This is a channel I'll really support. So yeah.
Right. So the best way you can support our channel and for this stream to succeed is let people know that we're here every Friday doing what we're doing, and that Cameron is with us. And we a good way of doing that is spreading the word, and then of course your super chats go a long way. Rosa is doing a slew of reviews for our website, Gladiator 2. I'll talk about that in a minute. She's got some great movies coming up, Wicked, all that, and Snow White as well. We're in the Disney press stream, and so far we're still there. the press access. But you know what? I don't think they're going to be taking away those press access anymore, man.
No.
Yeah.
Nope. It's a different day, man. Had he not win, we'd be telling a different story, I believe, today.
Yeah, correct. But I also think that his not winning was so highly improbable. I think because I've been talking about the shifts that have been happening on the ground for a couple of years now, and politics and Hollywood is the downstream of cultural shifts, right?
Yeah.
And so this was an inevitable moment, and that even if Mr. Trump, he's an elderly man, if he even doesn't complete his term, right, it doesn't matter. The cultural shift is not about a man, and so that's Hollywood's aware of that.
Yeah, we can dive deep into that. So thank you so much, Osvaldo, for that. Really fast. I want to hear more about your Demon Hunter story. Do you have some of those posts on your Patreon?
Yeah, I mean, I've been talking about my because I've submitted that the Well of Babylon, which is my Latina fighting the demons in War of Iraq, right? To festivals, and we've been getting all kinds of acknowledgments, and finally I'm down to the New York City Horror Film Festival, which is the big one. I'm down to finalist for best unproduced feature, and so I have a chance of actually winning the shebang with that one. So it's doing very well. If you want to come to my Patreon, I'm gonna throw a link as I leave. There's a lot of information on there, and just enjoy it. I think we have some incredible people, including Andre from Midnight's Edge, who's a member of the Patreon, right? And so because come join us, Paulie and
Mexican Iron Man.
So come join us. It's actually a wonderful community where you have a broad range of conversation that's intellectual and sophisticated. I learn from these people. People are like, have you thought about this, Cameron? I'm like, oh, I hadn't thought about that. That's a really interesting perception of what's happening. And so I'm evolving and growing from it. So all right. So I have to get ready to go. So thank you. I will be back, ojalá, next week. So everyone stick around. There's a lot more to come here. But this is, like I said, this is the Latino Slant is the beginning of a much bigger thing that is happening here. It's not just a YouTube channel. So everyone stick around and be on the early adopter of what's happening here.
Thank you, Cameron. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Fletcher.
Bless
everyone. Adios.
Ciao.
Adios.
And did you get a French Moon super sticker?
Hey,
for $2?
French Moon. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's a Hey You Pair.
Hey You Pair. Hey You
Pair.
Hey You Pair.
Yeah.
That was a pretty action-packed hour and 10 minutes so far, man.
Yeah, it's sped through.
Yeah, now we're just like
not so much because we got people subscribing. We got Roy Flag, gracias for subscribing. We have Univex 1, gracias for subscribing. We got B. Robert Bell, thank you. We got Thunder Age 27. And I think we had another one. Oh, we do have Sax, member of the channel for 20 months. Two of my favorite people making a great Friday sandwich.
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Zax, is we're gonna do this from 11 to 1, which is those 2 hours in between a Midnight's Edge or Film Threat, and right before Friday Night Tights. And so we were trying to come up with a fun name, with the lights, camera, action, and connecting it to our how we, just the Hollywood personnel and people that we know. Slant, Cameron, action. And we'll be doing like new video intros and all that stuff. But Zach, thank you so much, brother. Zach just probably re-upped. We have all these wonderful people in our chat right now.
Oh yeah. Thank you, everybody who gifted stuff and also give us super chats and member chats. Do you want to give them a video or?
Yeah, let's give them a video. Let's give them a couple.
The low rider is a little higher.
Arr. Noise.
Arr.
Hey, do a mariachi one.
Oh my God. All right, welcome back to Slant, Cameron, Action. Every Friday, we're going to have Kamran Pasha with us talking about pop culture items from a professional's perspective, as far as being professional in Hollywood. Also, too, we're going to have actual writers, directors popping on in. We just had Diana Torres. How beautiful was that? And then next week, we're going to have, I believe, some cast members and maybe the director of the Christmas film Nochebuena, which you can see now on Tubi. So every week, Fletcher, I'm gonna be booking them. You know, it's different from our Monday night show because Monday night will be more fandom guests. Like, you know, we'll have like a Zax on, or you know, like Loki or Mexican Iron Man, or, you know, we had Jay Drunk 3PO. You know, that's our Monday night. That's like kind of like for us, for the homies. This is, you know, you gotta dress up. You know?
Got to dress up, put your white on, put your good hat on. And we do have a few members who wanted to say "Que pasa" on the Zegler thing. An old rare member of the channel says, "Kamran making the insightful point as always." Yes, yes, he were. And Red Fridge Moon also supporting. Who knows? Maybe Sweeney is liberal or doesn't vote.
I'll be right back.
So far. All right. We got Jamie back. Que paso, loco? We got to get the digits. I know that if you guys go to his Instagram, you will see that he has a movie working on, Voltaic Blood, and I think it's almost ready to be dishing out. I think December or something. So yeah, let me know, Jamie, what's up with that? Because he has an awesome retro vampire movie coming out that he's been working on, and it looks amazing. All right, we got Debo Martin, Ranch Extraordinaire, and Hermano of the Familia. She's so much of a PR problem, and her movies have not done well in the box office wise. Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing that kind of made money was that. It's funny because I want to say Thunderbirds or, you know, Thundercats Ho, but it's that Ballads of the Snakes or something, whatever it is. What is that? Mockingbird. Oh my gosh. And the funny thing is, my wife used to have all those stupid books. Darth Plato, member of the channel. Hola. Hi. We got Osvaldo Lopez. Member, muchas gracias for all your support today. The name is brilliant. Yes, right? Slant, camera, action. Thank you so much, Osvaldo. We really appreciate all your support.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, you know, what's funny about the name, right, is that it was you, Cameron, myself, and Romy kind of
right.
like throwing texts. What's the name? What are we gonna do? What's the name? And this is what we came up with. What was it? You that said Fabulous Friday?
No, I said Fridays Fabulosos.
Well, Romy heard that, like, her Fabulous Friday. She's like, "Ah, that's just too gay."
But
not yours. Yours sounds cool. Yours sounds good.
Yeah, I had, you know, the Spanish on that. Remember the Santa Monica says finally time for that works for me too.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been so long, Monica.
Yeah, I know. And we got Juice finally came in. Palabra, homie.
Juice. Word. Palabra. Okay. Do we have any other comments, or did I miss anything besides people liking the show?
They like the show. They think he looks nasty.
Good. Okay, so I have a Latino Zen, but if there's a news item you wanted to pick up and surprise it on us, I'm cool with that.
Okay, why don't you send us away first? Well, first let's see what's on the poll.
We're gonna do. Oh yeah.
So check on the poll right now. So we got 152 of you maniacs, awesome, beautiful maniacs. Who is more sincere, Zegler or Sweeney? We got number one is Zegler. She saw we. Number two, Sweeney, 2 stack points. Number 3, their publicist. Or number 4, I trust gas station sushi more. And Sweeney's taking the lead. I wonder why. Don't know. Don't know.
You know, I'm gonna bring this back up. It's amazing what you might think a news situation comes up like, oh, that's that's going to be the big moment, or that's going to be the thing, and it doesn't happen. I think time, because what I'm seeing, I've seen so many celebrities either doing their their meltdowns very publicly, or saying that they're leaving X, and also too they have left the United States or planning to. People don't care anymore, and they're not only don't care, they're speaking their minds. Maybe they feel a little empowered and are tired of the BS of being scolded and told how to act and think, that this moment is more watershed than I had initially thought. And listening to Tom of Midnight's Edge and now Kamran, I'm like, wow, this might be a really watershed moment for people like Zegler and her generation. And it's not to shut up, right? Not to shut up penis, but to respect us. Listening to Diana Torres talk about fans, and then listening to Sweeney and Jen Ortega and how they, go about their work. This is really something that I'm not surprised.
Right.
Fletcher. I'm not surprised. I'm just like a little bit taken aback in a good way. That, wow. So maybe, the pendulum has swung to where those actors, because Sydney came in as far as her fame after Carano. The Carano thing happened, but it's not that she's been canceled, but she hasn't stopped being her. I don't know. And she's like, why am I being attacked? I hope she doesn't care what these bozos say about her, because she has such a big fan base now, and she's producing stuff. And it seems like she's got a great group of friends and family. What are your thoughts on those things?
No, I mean, it's surprising because you do have the side of actors that are just basically, I'm in a performance mode. I'm in a professional mode. I'm just going to stick to what I'm doing, and I'm just going to do the whole easygoing. What you see from me is stuff about my family, stuff of what I'm doing, and then promote my film whenever it comes out. I'll, like Chris Pratt, somebody like that, who we don't know how his leanings are, but he's like always posting like funny things or things that are like uplifting and any kind of like that. So you have that side that are still getting a lot of play, and then you also have the other side, which is like, I'm going to tell you everything that's on my mind, which hasn't been working out in certain instances. In certain instances, yeah, it does work. In other ones, they don't. But I think we might be going back maybe to the more, I don't know, how do they used to call it, like corporate style, where like corporate used to be kind of like, it has to be like apolitical in a sense. Like no religion, no politics, usually.
Well, that's kind of a deep question, and like you got to like look at like the trends in Hollywood over a long period of time. It seems that there's multiple indicators that Hollywood needs to make money, and what they've been doing has not been making money, and they need to make money. So they're going back on X to promote. They're not putting up with anyone's type of behavior with this. I mean, they have a lot of money riding on Snow White.
Yeah, a lot of money.
I mean, hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right? And
for someone to say that, wow. I mean, I was like, this is incredibly stupid. If you're talking about a career killer moment, but that's, I mean, you guys all know this, someone said this here. We're not telling the screaming activists to shut up. We're telling them to grow up. So you can, I think there's always room in Hollywood, and there should be, for healthy what's the word I'm looking for?
Discourse or
Yeah,
engagement.
healthy resistance, healthy there's always that room for that healthy message type of films and activism. The thing is that social media has kind of crossed those lines to where you're telling people how to act and think, and that's definitely new. So yeah, honestly, Sweeney is gorgeous and hot, but so far her personality is really nice, it seems. Well, it seems she's got a really great head on her shoulders. And she seems like a fun chick if you follow her on Instagram. She's living a fun life, and she's got a
Leaning
good
into
sense of
that,
humor.
like girl next door type of, like, it would, work as a mechanic, or sell soap and underwear, and kind of thing. So,
But Darth Plato's, I don't expect change. Well, there's already been change, Darth.
yeah,
The fact that that these corporate, entertainment corporations are going back to X to promote. The fact that legacy media ratings are at an all-time bottom low.
yeah,
So
and they're
the
getting rid of
change,
folks.
and the fact that you're here with me and that you're a member of the channel supporting me, and you guys are wonderful, and we have over 100 people watching us, and we're conversing in this type of medium. That's change.
Yep.
It's already here, Darth. So I don't know.
Mm. No,
Okay.
that's true.
So let me see what were the choices you gave.
All right, so we got Eva Longoria. She's going away. We have the 25 Latin Grammys. They were, a little bit of a mixed bag on that one. So
bring up the Conan O'Brien thing. Let's do the Latino Zen, and then I'll see in a few minutes.
Okay.
How about that? And
All right.
really quickly, guys, let me do a let me get rid of that. Membership announcement. Members on the channel, you're going to get an exclusive video on Rosa Parra's written review on Gladiator 2. We're going to have it up today. We will have that video up for you in the next 24 hours, only for members. And then I will be seeing the film next Tuesday or Wednesday. And Rosa's audio reaction is already on the channel. We really want to give Rosa Parra huge props for making thelatinoslant.com a legit reality. And along with her and writers, Alfredo Galindo from Mexico, just doing some incredible work there. But yeah, there's a lot of different content on there, and our newsletter is growing. In fact, our newsletter is growing. We already had our 20th edition of our newsletter. So, Cameron wasn't lying. We are doing a lot of great things with our YouTube channel, with our website, with our newsletter, with our creativity, and with our connections to Hollywood creatives. So that is coming up for you members. But let's hit a Latino Zen, if you don't mind. I have a neighbor, and that neighbor was being a good neighbor these last couple of months and walking the dog of a dying neighbor. And this elderly woman is in her last days. And God bless her soul. And this man, elderly man, Caucasian, works in the business as a documentarian, director, editor. Very sweet guy. We see him walking the dog named Javelina almost every day. Well, there was some confusion as to who was going to own the dog. And there was a moment where he would not be the future sole owner and his heart was broken. And I said, keep your chin up, buddy. You did some great things for the dog, for the lady who is passing away. It'll come back to you. And, you know, whether you believe in karma or not, those things tend to go away and come back. So I ran into him the other day and we were having a talk, and lo and behold, he has the dog now and it's his 100%. Life is good. Life is great. I told him about a documentary about the Mexican American experience called American Homeboy. And immediately his tone changed. He became flushed. He's like, this damn country. We are so fucked. We are so divided. And I was like, taken aback. And I kind of laughed at him and I said, come on, man. What are you talking about? Oh, this election and this, you know, people hating people and, you know, they're dividing us. He's like, don't you think that? And I said, no, absolutely 100%. I do not, and I will not buy that garbage, because our everyday existence is, for the most part, we're there for each other. We're tolerant. We're loving. We're kind. We're there for our neighbors, people who are of different colors, of different stripes, of different sexes, of different generations, all that. He said, oh, okay, man, okay. And I said, no. Look at me and you. We're talking as neighbors. We're talking about a shared experience as dog owners, as lovers of dogs. We have loving neighbors that are of different backgrounds. Every day we're here for each other. Where in this country, every day are people divided? People hate each other. It's there, don't get me wrong. But you compare it to when we were kids, or you compare it to another country. This is a great country to be in. This is a great time to be in. Don't buy into the bullshit. He's, oh no, you're right, man. You're right. And I was like, Tom, come on now. You know, what are we really talking about? Is fear. And the greatest feeder of fear is going to be what you consume commercially on television or social media. It's going to shape your thinking. You know, it'll if you have a little phobia, it'll get even worse. And indeed, for some people, as you're seeing it, as you have seen, the copium is real. The meltdowns are massive. So I was thinking about my buddy Tom, about my neighbor Tom, and I was thinking about all these other public meltdowns, people proclaiming to leave this country, proclaiming this, proclaiming that. And I was like, what is this really all about? This fear. Why are people feeling so invested in their emotions to where they make this emotional decision on cutting themselves off from a family member, from their country, from their city, from their... You guys know where I'm coming from. So I'm going to make this real simple. I left that little interaction with Tom pretty good. He got a good sense of who I was, and that I don't play the victim game based on my skin color, based on who I was as a Chicano, all that stuff. I don't do it. It's about now. It's about how we work together and be better neighbors. But here's my thing I want to give to you guys. If you're really upset and really hate someone out there, let's say you hate a leader. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to pray for that person. for 2 weeks, every day, I want you to verbally pray for that person. And whether you believe or not, I want you just to say, universe, creator, God, I have a great life. I have an abundant life. I have a healthy life. I have all these wonderful things that you have given me in my life that I work every day for. Children, maybe healthy parents, a great career. All this that I have, I can't believe it. What a great life! And I'm good to my neighbors. I'm a humanitarian. I've cleaned up my act. Whatever it is, all this success, all this abundance, all this joy that you've given me, I want to give it to that person that I hate the most. Please, God, please, today I wish it upon them. I wish all my abundantness, all my awesomeness that you've given me, give it to them. For 2 weeks, I want you to do this every day. And I'm going to tell you, man, that meltdown, that copium will seem like you'll be so disconnected from that. Your mental game will get clear. You'll feel great about yourself. And even if you don't believe it, even if you don't believe that you're doing this, I don't really believe in prayer. I don't really believe in what I'm saying. I believe in God, but I don't believe in. I want you to do it anyways as an exercise. Because then you'll realize you're getting out of your fucking ego. And it's not about you. And it's not about your feelings. It's not about your victimhood. It's not about any of that. It's about being of service and being the best person you can be. And this is an example of action of how you can do that. The greatest action that you can do in this moment is actually love your enemy. Nothing else is going to work, guys. Quitting X, leaving a country, cutting off loved ones. Nothing else, none of that's going to work because all that shit's going to stay with you. Man, it wasn't until I realized that drinking was not the problem. It was the root of my loneliness, the root of the hole that was in me that I had to address. Thank God I have a program to address that. And thank God I had means to make amends. So in a way, I want you to make a living amends every day. And this example, this practice of praying for your enemy, man, it's powerful. Trust me. What the fuck, Polly? I don't want to pray for many. Fuck them. I fucking hate them. They're pieces of shit. They're not human. They got no morals. Well, high moral person, practice what you preach. Pray for your enemies. All right, we're back, Fletcher.
We're back. Do you want to close out the poll, or you want to keep it going?
Whatever you want to do. What do we got? The poll. Let's end the poll. End the poll. All right, 157 votes. Wow.
Nice.
Orale. People are still hanging out with us even after I said go pray for your enemies. That's cool, man. That's cool. We got a lot of people hanging out with us still. Over 110 of you fine souls combined on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Okay, so what do we got here? I'm going to put it up. You want to read it?
Yeah.
Okay. Paste. All right. All right, here we go.
So, who is more sincere, Zegler or Sweeney? Winner is number 2, Sweeney. 2 stack points with 64%. Coming in second, number 4, I trust Gas Sushi more. at 24%. Number 3, their publicist at 7%. And poor Zegler, she's sorry at only 3%. 157 of you awesome people voted. Thank
Hey.
you. That's awesome.
Thank you guys so much. 157 votes. I love it. Let's get over 100 likes during our live stream right now on the YouTube channel. We have 86 of you guys liking it. But if you haven't liked it yet, please do so. All right, got any comments?
Yeah. We had Miss Torres that come in and says, praying hands the power of sending love, sparkly, sparkly heart.
I mean, I think it's gotten a bad rap over the years, thoughts and prayers. People being angry when people say that, and it's these are, you talk about your morals. Oh, the other side doesn't have any morals, or that person doesn't have any morals. It's like, well, pray that they get morals then. Pray for them. Pray, say something good, and send, like Diana's saying, send some love to them. What are you going to do? Just like keep that hate? Keep being nasty? Ah, man, that is no way to live. That is no way to look at things, man. Thank you, Diana. We love you so much.
Yeah, member of the channel. What's a matter?
What's a matter?
This is a good line of thinking, Paulie. That's praying for enemies thing is pretty hard, obviously.
Yeah, and with Latinos in, man, there's nothing that I don't kind of like, do my little deep thinking on that I don't practice myself. It is not easy, but yeah, man, we can do it. We can do it. All right, what else we got?
All right, did you want to hit the Conan?
Yeah, let's do it. 88 likes. I love it. We have 1 dislike, so that means we have 89 interactions. I love that.
Very nice.
All right, bring this up. What do we got?
All right. So we have it right here. And
you know what? Let's some people are let's take this out for a second. Let's stay on this on the power of prayer and all that stuff for a second. Let's bring some of these up from Ram Bam, from Sander, from Monica. These are important. Want to bring some of those in? Let me see. I'll do it. You cannot defeat evil with evil. Only love can do that. Thank you, Sander. Plato, that Jesus recruited Saul, who persecuted and murdered Christians. Yeah, then what did Saul become? Became a great man. A great apostle, right? Or disciple?
Apostle.
Apostle, yeah. Prayer is a form of meditation for me. I love it. I think meditation is awesome as well. Here's something to consider. Have you thought, oh, I'm not religious, I'm above that? Message is also from the same activists have been devoted to tearing down our society. Yeah, no, but I think I mentioned that. Is that you're spending so much time tearing things down because you think you have this moral high ground where you maybe you never realized that, oh, well, maybe I can, send them some of my high moral thinking and wish it upon them. I think you're going to get better results. That's all I'm saying. All right. What else we got?
Solomon said, it's very hard to pray for your enemies, but that's when you ask God for strength.
Yeah. Yeah. Or, just, and if you guys have a hard time with a higher power, just, think about something bigger than you. Saying and ask for that strength. We can't do this alone. I mean, we're human beings. We're also well, look, this started from there. I don't want to get too deep. All right. Okay. Let's go now to Conan here. All right.
This is incredible. I've been handed an Oscar. I'm an Oscar winner. It's amazing. Oh, I'm hosting.
Yes.
I'm an Oscar host.
Exactly.
Oh, but do I still get to keep the Oscar?
No.
Oh. When is it? March 2nd. I'm hosting the Oscars. Okay, yeah. And then I get the... Okay.
No, you're not getting it.
This is
So
a little bit of a different take, huh?
Yeah, go ahead. What do you think?
No, I mean it's very kind of like a humble joke, I guess you would say it. It's less grandiose, more toned down. I think it's on point with the industry shift.
It's old school humor. I mean,
Yeah.
this type of joke was done like decades and decades ago, and it's always funny. It's cute. I have no problem with that. My question is, are the Oscars relevant anymore? Who's gonna watch? Hey, we can even do a quick vote, flash vote. Who in the audience, in the chat, is gonna watch this year's Oscars? Yes or no? Really quick. Just yay or nay. Type it now. I saw somewhere. I mean, and I like Conan O'Brien. All right, this has nothing to do with Conan O'Brien. He's gonna be, he's gonna do his best and tell silly jokes and hope not, But I think I saw somewhere that this is gonna be like the most miserable Oscars as far as like the contenders, like the actual movies that they're going to award. Can you do a little search, like 2024 Oscars in X or something? I saw the post that this is going to be like, just as far as the categories of movies are just going to be so like depressing, right? So a lot of you guys, I mean, everyone is saying no. Technique says, I listened to his podcast. He stays out of politics. That's hilarious. That's great. And we're definitely, after now the presidential election, well, we're changing our Friday show now to this, and just making a nice, political pause. No, only the cringe highlights later. Never watch. No. Hey, what's up, Captain Phantom Nerd? Love Conan. Made my day back in the NBC in the 90s. Yeah. He kind of had that. He was the good next step after Letterman for me. Oscars used to be fun to watch. For all the sketches, I lost interest after Billy Crystal stopped. Billy was funny.
Mm.
I'll watch Polly talk about the Oscars because Polly will watch it for us. Well, we go where now I think our annual thing is going on Film Threat. Oh,
Yeah,
we
you guys
got some members.
Oh, cool.
Johnny Gonzalez, a member of the channel, has gifted 5 memberships to Peekaboo, Peek OB. Wait, Peek OB1?
Peek OB1.
Love it. El Chupa Hueso. Eggy Orphan. Chris Kinney. Hey, it's me in HD. I love these names, man. I love these names. Johnny, thank you, my brother. Jaime is here. Jaime, I'm gonna go see Jaime's movie in person. He's doing I'm gonna go December, so we'll film. We'll do a whole thing. There, guys. That's gonna be cool. Actually, going to spotlight a member of the chat. A member of the channel is a filmmaker. We're gonna go spotlight him. How beautiful is that, man? That is dope. Because he's been supporting us for years, right? In his way, right? With his monthly membership. And I love it, guys. I love it. Muhammad Mizahur Rahman says hi in our Facebook. What's up, Muhammad? Good to see you, man. We just reviewed, I don't know if you're hailing from India, but I just saw Kanguva last night. I was disappointed. It's pretty bad.
I don't see much about so I think they already have like predictions on who will get stuff. But yeah,
worst.
I mean, nobody's even talking about it on X. The only thing was on is just that Conan was doing it. That's it.
No, but no, I'm with you. I'm just saying that I saw it on X. This poises to be like one of the worst for us.
Yeah, as far as depressing movies and stuff like that, or like viewership.
No, as far as like the movies themselves being very depressing or just not good.
They do have, yeah.
I have a couple
guess
things here. I'm just
okay.
All right, let me bring it up. I'm going to bring up 2 posts here. Where's my X? And so this film, Emilia Perez, has been making the rounds, and I'm halfway watching it. And I will review. I'll give it the full review. One of the co-stars is Selena Gomez, Zoe Saldana, and this person here. Let me make it a little bigger. CV reviews. All right, so Emilia Perez is for sure the worst movie of the year that will be Oscar nominated. Outside a good Zoe Saldana performance and some cool camera work, this is a tonal mess that feels very hollow, even in its attempts to tackle important, heavy topics. So I would argue that even Zoe's performance is pretty boring, but the lead actress is pretty fascinating to watch. This actress, it is not. I'm gonna tell you right now, this movie is not for everyone. But whatever you think about the subject matter, they're singing every 10 minutes, and we hated it. It just took us out because the drama was actually pretty cool, and then they start singing. I mean, Romy was begging me to fast forward, begging me. And this has gotten tons of awards, Cannes Film Festivals, and I've even talked about it in regards to Selena Gomez. And you know what, man? Selena's not good in this. Her Spanish is really bad. And we're like, couldn't she have really practiced? And it was pretty obvious that it was pretty bad. And Romy couldn't understand that. She's like, it's not like improv Spanish. Like, these are very easy lines to learn. And then you go with a coach and you work the lines. But she didn't do that. It's pretty weak. And I know she talked about being very conscious about it. And I give her props for trying. But yeah. But this movie is going to get a lot of, because of the subject matter, it's going to get a lot of Oscar love.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Practice is racist. Oh my. So people are saying that, and there's another post I want to bring up really quickly.
Yeah, I know they said that they're expecting at least Wicked to get some stuff, The Brutalist to get some stuff.
Oh, this is from last year. Wicked?
Yeah.
Okay.
People are like pushing it, They said the top 4 projected nomination leaders: Wicked, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Emilia Perez, Gladiator 2, Brutalist, and Blitz.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems really, really bad as far as the selection. Like, what's the big film that everyone's loved this year that's going to get nominated? You're saying Wicked and Gladiator. That's what they're saying.
They're pushing Wicked, Gladiator, Dune 2. Well, like stuff that people have heard. Dune 2, Gladiator 2, Wicked are the only ones that. Because I don't know, did anybody watch Nora, or is that even out?
I know it's like a. It's supposed. It's The Substance. I think The Substance will do well. I enjoyed
I
Substance.
haven't seen the Substance in any of these lists yet.
Yeah, maybe it'll get skipped over. Demi should be nominated. Nora, I hear a lot of people are talking about it.
Yeah, and what do you call it? The Brutalist. A lot of people's putting in Brutalist and a
Brutalist.
lot of names.
I gotta be honest with you, man. I stopped watching movies, going to the movies the past month. So yesterday was like my first time back.
Mhm.
And of course I picked a bad film. But I'm gonna see Gladiator 2 next week, early next week.
Right.
We'll see how that is. And I do want to see Nora. Yeah. Emilia Perez, we still have another hour and a half to go, man.
And it's only an hour and 10 minutes.
Hi-oh. Hi-oh. There's a new trend going on, and that is celebrities or public figures writing goodbye letters.
Mm. Oh yeah,
According to
yeah,
Justine
yeah,
Bateman, this is a new art form. We need a hashtag for it. Hashtag X goodbye letter. Hashtag non-Irish X goodbye. Hashtag formal X formal departure. Hashtag X goodbye note. Okay, the latest one is from Gabrielle Union. End of an era.
Oh.
Wow. I can't read it all, obviously, but it's been real.
Nice.
The people have spoken, Justine says. Non-Irish X goodbye. What does that mean? Non-Irish. Am I saying that right or non?
I love that they all have their pictures on their goodbye letters because you just don't have to write the letter. You also have to have like an autographed picture of yourself to like, who's this going to? Why do you have to autograph? Are you saying it? Are you giving it to yourself and then autographing yourself saying goodbye?
Yeah. And look at Culture Casino says, save these screenshots. Then when they return to this platform, like they always do, be sure that they get these back every day when they return as a daily reminder of their hypocrisy. And here's everyone's favorite, Don Lemon, my statement on leaving Twitter. And he's got a logo. This is on his letterhead.
Right, yeah. Plus, but like I said, see, look, it has his picture, like
wait a minute,
a young picture too.
Wait a minute, wasn't he like a year ago? Wasn't Elon Musk gonna like hire him to be on X? Like, wasn't that a thing? And his first interview.
He demanded to get shares of X and so much money because he thought that he should get a better deal than Tucker Carlson. You know, when they were trying to make a deal with like Tucker Carlson and stuff, and he was like, I should get a better deal and I should get shares and he should get a Cybertruck, you know. So it's like all kinds of stuff.
Let me see if I can read this for you guys. I got to get really close to the screen. I've loved connecting with you all on X, but it's time for me to leave the platform. I once believed it was a place for honest debate and discussion, transparency and free speech, but now I feel it does not serve that purpose. It actually is more. It's more of that now than ever. You know, it's actually so unfiltered that you're getting all of that you can actually debate with people like a Justine Bateman, like all these other figureheads that that are still on there. You know, I think Don, you're a bit of a weenie. In addition, starting this Friday, November 15th. That's today. X is implementing new forms of service, which, among other things, states that all disputes be brought exclusively, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, I remember him. So it's like you got to bring it to a court in Texas. As the Washington Post recently reposted on X's decision to change the terms, this ensures that such lawsuits will be heard in courthouses that are a hub for conservatives. Which experts say? Which experts, Don? Which experts say? Come on, tell me. I want to know the experts. Could make it easy for X to shield itself from litigation and punish critics. I think that speaks for itself. You can find me on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Bluesky. I hope you will join me there. DL.
Nice. I'm shocked he didn't like you because it has a picture of him with the mic. I'm shocked that it doesn't have like you turn the page and the mic is dropped. You know.
Oh, that'd be funny. Hold on. Let me do my download. How's that?
It's perfect. Yeah, you gotta. That's perfect. This interesting look, like you know, plebeians. Just
that's the way. Do we have the
contempt and
no here, you know what, let me take all the banners off because we got to get a thumbnail. Hold on.
All right, here we go.
Oh, Mama's
Mr. Butters agreed.
Mama's home for a second. Let me see. Okay, here we go.
You got to tilt your head a little more. Look extra feminine. There you go.
Wait. Don't.
Perfect.
Nice. There it is, guys.
Perfect.
Yeah, what a clown, man. You know, we were just talking about this. Just in the Latinos in. Really, Don?
Yeah.
I think he got very upset when he went all over the country and you know, everyone was saying, "I'm voting for Trump."
That's right. He's expecting more of a, you know. I think he's also was expecting somebody to get him when he was gonna go to a Subway to get a sandwich and pour bleach over his head and go,
"Yeah,
this is MAGA country."
Yeah, MAGA.
It's MAGA.
So that's a new trend that's happening. Yeah. All the cool kids are doing it.
Yeah.
All right. This live stream is going to redirect to your take on the Rachel Zegler situation in Espanol. So that would be cool. What do we have left? Because we've had a fantastic show.
That's whatever you want to have. Do you want to interact with the chat? Do you want to?
We can interact a little bit for a few minutes, and then I'm looking at news items. I think we did good.
All right, AZ just says bunch of crybabies. Solomon Thornton says they're a bit over dramatic. We got Johnny Gonzalez, member of the channel. What are these letters? Goodbye from X.
Hey, let's thank Johnny and who was our other big super chatter today?
That was Osvaldo Lopez.
Osvaldo Lopez.
Yeah, and
you know what I noticed. Here's what I'm gonna elaborate on, Ralph. You never do super chats, bro. You want me to react to you want me to engage with you on so many ideas that are deep, thought-provoking. But has it ever occurred to you to help and support this channel? I'm just saying. Yes, they are. They are always super. Because you're never like, you're some of your comments on some videos are very like, you're giving you're as a fan, I appreciate that, but you're pretty political, and I'm actually taking a step. We're taking steps back, right? Just because you can go to the Daily Chella, you can go to other channels, but we're going to hit more Hollywood and all that stuff. Saying, please elaborate on True Social. I've never been on True Social. I'm not going to go to True Social. I'm not going to go to Blue Sky. I think if True Social is a conservative bubble or Blue Sky is a left-leaning bubble, bubbles are bad, no matter what side. Just stay here on X, man. This is silly. It's where everyone's at. Okay. Also to Instagram and YouTube, like you're on right now. But my bro, I always give you the time of day, right? Almost every stream, Fletcher. And we don't get a single super chat, man. A single super chat from you, Ralph. Look, he's still going. Look at you, still going. You still going. All these other brothers and sisters supporting this channel. And let me know, Rafa. You come to the channel just to, I don't know what this. Okay, who else do we want to converse with, and then we're gonna get out of here because it's time to eat. Ooh, got a hamburger rating for me. The American Psycho reply.
Yeah.
Hi, man. Too funny. His interview with Musk was a car crash. Yeah, I think I remember that, and then it just got. I think that was a quick, bad thing.
Yeah. He wasn't expecting somebody to talk back, It's like,
okay,
how does this work?
Well, hold on. Why don't you invite me on to engage in conversation with you, amigo? Well, okay, first of all, I don't know who you are. I don't invite people on that I don't know. It's kind of a rule of thumb for me. I'm not discriminating, but I just don't do that. Is that we're not a call-in channel. If you're a member of the channel, and I've known you guys for a while, you guys come on a membership live stream, right, Fletcher?
Yeah, that's true. You can talk all you want.
You can talk all you want. As a member too, I invite members to watch movies with me. I invite members discounts. I invite members. We're gonna do an exclusive video. I even invite members to talk to writers and directors. In fact, we have a filmmaker who's got a really cool little indie film called what's it called? The Director's Cut. And it's like it is the Clerks that meets a slasher film.
Oh, okay.
I saw the trailer. We got the movie. It looks like fun. He's and he's like, hey, blind call here. Would you mind reviewing it and helping me with the word of mouth? I don't have a budget. Everything went to the film. I'm like, yeah, but let me check it out. I was like, oh man, this guy did a good job. Guess what? We're gonna set up a movie night with the members so he can engage with our membership, Raf, and we can support this guy, this independent filmmaker who happens to be, I believe, Latino, and he's got a multicultural cast in his movie, because he achieved something. So we're gonna connect our members with movers and shakers. So that's my long answer. My short answer is I don't know you. No disrespect. Okay? No disrespect. Right on, Paula. I'm with you. Orale. Paul invited me once. I was crazy sick that day. Yeah, I never invited you again. No, just kidding. We love you, Darth. Okay, what else?
All right. Would you want to kick it off or get your burger, or you want to keep going?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I think that's great. I mean, we're going to, yeah. And Jaime's got his film that we're going to be very involved with. That first step. I hope it's good. That first step is we're going to go see it. We're going to be there in support. Okay.
Nice.
But that shit better be good, dog. Oh man, that's too funny. But seriously, what other, this interaction with our memberships that are creatives as well, giving them this spotlight. We have over 12,500 of you, quickly closing in on 600 subscribers, to where you'll have a chance to engage with them. And, hey, I have this independent movie. Hey, I have this independent book. That's what this is all about. This is new media. This is what I'm talking about. And how you can support this? Memberships and super chats. We love it, guys. We absolutely love it. Look who came on through. Snail Messiah. What's this? Denmark? What is this? DKK 20 DKK. What is that?
That's Danish pronouns.
Hey, did you look for the DK Dark Calm Adam's apple? What is that? What is that? Can you look that up? Danish Crone.
I don't know if I want to.
Denmark. Denmark. Well, this guy did a super chat. So
Dark web.
DK Dark Comms Adam's
DK
Apple.
Dark.
Like, is this like a like someone who was a the way I'm reading that is that like does this what are we talking about here? Okay, oh here we go. All right. It's a dark comedy. It's very funny with Mads Mikkelsen. I asked you about it 3 weeks ago too. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Well, we love Mads. You know, Romy has told me for several years, me and him have the same bone structure face. Right, sweetheart? Mads Mikkelsen? Mira.
Oh yeah, it's on Prime Video.
Yes, you can. Yeah. Now we're gonna share the burger and fries.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she loves it with Mads. Okay, so the film you're talking about, let's look for here. Let me bring it up.
It's on Prime Videos for free. So
well, we're gonna also just bring up Mads. I loved him in Rogue One, man. So cool. Let me see. What are we talking about? Movies and shows. What is it called again?
it's called Adam's Apple.
Adam's
I
Apple.
can bring it up if you want.
Well, I have it right here, dog. Look.
Oh, okay, well there you go.
Well, I'm trying to find it. Got to help. Oh, here we go. From 2005. This is old, man. I mean, I'm like thinking like this is something new. Well, this is Mads when he was young. Okay, so you're highly recommending me this. What is this? Like a TV show? It's a crime drama, comedy crime.
Yeah.
Hour and a half. Is this what we're talking about here?
Yeah, he's a neo-Yahtzee who's set on community service with a priest, and I guess birds and worms are attacking the church apple tree. So Ian believes in the devil who's testing them, but I don't believe.
Okay, well, hold on. More importantly, he's gonna pay me to watch it. So it's that funny. All right. Put your money where your chat is. Okay, well, all right. I appreciate that. And Romy appreciates that I'm making money while I'm on here. So that's a big thing here. Danish Corona. Now he did 20, which is $2.82. I mean, that's nice. That's nice. That's his hard-earned money, and I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Adam's Apple is on the list to watch. How about that? I got a few things to watch, and I got the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight tonight in a couple hours. We're big boxing fans. We're big fight.
Do you
fans.
think it's going to be a fight or a performance? I think that was the big debate.
Tyson should win.
But do you think it's more of a performance or is it an actual fight?
No, it's an actual fight.
Yeah.
It's an actual fight. Yeah. Same bone structure. Are you hand twins? Hot damn. Romy likes my hands.
Nice.
Romy says I have good. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Here's the payment. Ah. Look at that. Look at that. All right, but I got to check. How much is that? $7 plus the 2 something. So he's giving about $10.
Nice.
That is very kind of you. Snail Messiah, we are going to play something fun for you. Let me see. Well, I got to get back to it. They make it so complicated nowadays. This is what do we got? What do we have? So this is very Mads Mikkelsen. Here we go.
Mexican Americans don't like to just get into gang fights. They like flowers and music and white girls named Debbie too. Mexican Americans are named Chata and Chela and Chema and have a son-in-law named Jeff. Mexican Americans don't like to get up early in the morning, but they have to, so they do it real slow.
Oh. Okay. All right, it's time. We got to get out of here. Thank you so much. I'm gonna check it out. Anything else?
Yeah. Good.
We're good. Okay. First edition is done. We're gonna try to keep it under like 2 hours, an hour 45 minutes. Raf, yes, I'm going to check out Doom Prophecy. Absolutely, I'll check it out. We'll see. We'll see.
Sí. Veremos. Quizás.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. You know what? Let's thank all the people that gave us super chats. Let's thank our members, Darth, Sander, Reed. What's up, Reed? Even Joe Rogan's afraid of Tyson. Yeah. He, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I hope Tyson wins. I'm with you. Okay, Pete, Jaime, we're checking you out. Ram Bam, everybody, Solomon, the squirrel that went up your. Thank you for being here. Wex Wuto. Okay, everyone, have a great weekend. Videos coming your way every day.
Do.
Say adios.
Adios, Fletcher.